All right, looks like YouTube is live. Pull this down. Don't have anybody yet on YouTube or Facebook. There we go. People jumping on to YouTube. Hey, everybody jumping on. My name's Steve. I'm one of the instructors here on Melissa's team. Hi, Brittany. Go ahead and let me know in the comments on what state you're studying in, which exam you're studying for. There we go. We got some people on Facebook, and I'd be happy to help you. Hi, Charles. Ignore my little sinus infection I got going on. Hi, Leslie from Kentucky, studying the PNC. Awesome. Got someone studying in Florida, Maryland. Nice. If you have any questions, type those into the comments as well. We've heard all kinds of questions. There's no such thing as a silly question unless you don't ask it. Those are the silly ones, the ones you don't ask. So don't be shy. No one's going to bite. No one's going to laugh at you. Brandon, you have your exam on Friday. That's awesome. Wishing you extra loves and extra vibes for Friday. Make sure on Facebook, I do have it pinned to the top of the comments. Let me put it. It won't let me post all my links. So let me do this for you, Brandon. Copy. Well, let me reply to a certain. No. Let's see. Pin, remove. No. All right. I'll just put it in the general comments then. But what I'm posting now into the comments on YouTube, it's already pinned to the top on Facebook, is our Pump to Pass video. This is one of the free mindset meditations that Melissa has posted to our YouTube channel. And she's going to walk you through saying, how much work you put into this, that you're smart, and you're going to pass. You're going to have a wonderful career in insurance. Watch that Pump to Pass video the morning of Friday when you're eating your Wheaties for brain fuel for the day. It'll help boost that confidence. Tell yourself, I'm smart. I'm going to rock this test. And you'll go in and get your pass. So I know that, Brittany, I know that state laws are pretty heavy on the Texas exam. But to better answer that, what you'll want to do is find, and this goes for anyone wondering what you should study for your state exam. What you should do is go into Google and you're going to search your state. So, Brittany, it's Texas. And you told me you're doing the PNC, right? Yeah, PNC. Taking it tomorrow. Okay. So, Texas Property and Casualty, or your Texas PNC insurance exam content outline. So your state, the exam you're studying for, insurance exam content outline. It's going to be one of the first couple links that come up. Excuse me. And that will either be one giant document with all your state insurance exams outlines, and you got to scroll through and find the one you need, or it'll be one specific outline, say the title of your exam, and break it down from there. But those exam outlines are put out by your state testing provider, and it breaks it down by section on what they like to test on, and then what's included in each of those sections. And it breaks it down by even number of questions they ask or percent that they ask about on the exam. So that's something you'll definitely want to take a look at to know the weight of whatever section you are wondering how much is on the exam. It just hit me today. Like it hit me pretty hardcore today. Yesterday I was like, I don't know. It just might be, turning the furnace on and that for the season. But oh man, it hit me hard today. uh, okay. Connecticut Life and Accident Health. Awesome, Charles. Michigan, studying the PNC. Sheena, nice. Haven't studied for 220 insurance. Okay. And ready. All right. Now let's jump. I saw a question came in on Facebook. Carla, studying in Ohio. Nice. Which chapters have the most questions and scores? Okay, great. Hi, Carla. Thanks for that awesome question. Again, I kind of just answered that on YouTube when someone was asking about Texas state law. So, Carla, you're going to search Ohio. I don't know which test you're taking. So let's say Ohio PNC insurance exam content outline. You'll pull up the Ohio outline and it breaks it down by section and tells you exactly what they like to test on in each of those sections and even how many questions they're going to ask. On what it means. So, Brittany, you said you just looked it up. You guess you're confused on what it means when it says 19%. 21 questions are state law, common to all laws. Does that mean basic state laws for all states? So, yes. So it'll say, or common to all lines, probably is what it says. So that means PNC and life and health. If it says all lines, it kind of crosses over. But then you'll see a section that says pertains to just property and casualty. And those are like the PNC specific. Yeah. So all lines means Texas state laws or Ohio or whatever state you're in, laws that pertain to all lines of authority. I got my big cup of apple cider. Hoping that helps. So that's just not 9%, 13 questions for just PNC, but those all lines questions they're going to ask too. So yes, it's 9 questions for PNC specific, but if there's telling you that they ask questions on all lines, be ready for that as well. Those are just the laws that go, hand in hand with both PNC and life and health. Hi, Ashley. That's awesome. PNC in Virginia. That's great. So let me post. I have it pinned to the top of the comments on Facebook. Let me post this here. Where'd it go? Gold versus platinum. So what you all want to look into is if you don't have one of our packages yet, one of our courses, the link that I just shared into the comments on YouTube and the link that I shared already that's pinned to the comments on Facebook, it's called Gold versus Platinum. This breaks down all of our different gold tiers on a chart to show you what's included in each of those tiers, as well as what's included in platinum. So our classic gold is the gold that you've been hearing about forever on Melissa's videos. Those are, it's 30 hours, give or take, whether you do life and health or PNC, plus or minus a couple hours here or there. That is broken down in the most tested topics, the easiest way to remember those topics in the most detail. So yes, we have videos on YouTube. Yes, we have lower packages than gold, like silver. But the gold is where you're going to get the longest, most detailed videos with the most study tips and the most easy way to remember. Melissa loves to say, she can teach homeowners in 20 or 30 minutes and upload that to YouTube, and it be a helpful video for somebody. But then she can take 3 hours to teach homeowners, and that's what you're going to find in gold. So if you want to go above gold, there's the Gold Plus. So Gold Plus is going to have all of the core gold videos. Any course above gold still is at the heart. It's the gold package. But every package above that classic gold takes those classic gold videos and expands on them, in the sense that with Gold Plus, you get the state specific study guide for your state. You get the quiz and exam package. It's just extra quizzes on top of whatever's built into our courses. Like, you'll watch a video and get a quiz. But then with the quiz and exam package, you just get extra quizzes and tests from us. Now, we don't recommend you automatically just go to those quizzes. Use those quizzes as a way to see how much you're learning, and then go back and study and rewatch videos on the quiz questions you're missing. Don't just only take quizzes. So above Gold Plus, we have Gold Plus Live. That's everything Gold Plus has, but with the addition of the live classes. Peter's teaching live classes still. Melissa's back to teaching, which is great. I'm in there teaching classes. I actually have a flashcard and study skills class that I teach every Wednesday night after I'm done going live. So that'll be something we're doing tonight. And if you had the Gold Plus Live or Platinum, you can join in on those live classes. We also do weekly game nights for property and casualty and life and health. So it's a live Kahoot game with one of the instructors. More than likely, it's me. And we run Kahoot games with everyone who joins in. If you want everything Gold Plus Live has, with the addition to be able to text Melissa and I at any time, with the other people in that study group, you'd want to go platinum, because then you get the platinum texting study group with Melissa and I. So that link I posted, the Gold First Platinum, will break down what I just explained, and then you can choose life and health or PNC and purchase from there. You always can upgrade as well. So if you think, hey, maybe I just want the Gold Plus, and you buy the Gold Plus, then what you could do is, if you decide, hey, I should have went to Gold Plus Live, or maybe I do want to be able to text Steve and Melissa at any time, there's a link inside of the course you purchased to just pay the difference and upgrade to that other tier. So you never have to have the fear of missing out or having to pay the full price for that higher tier. We just charge you the difference. As long as your course that you purchased is still active, you just pay the difference and you get to upgrade. Sheena, yeah, thank you. Yes, the gold course is gold package is amazing. It's so much detailed video. I passed my PNC and my life and health. Well, PNC using all the YouTube content and a pre-licensing instructor here in Pennsylvania, that a broker that I worked for paid for. But then when I went for my life and health, I did the gold live, and I wouldn't have passed my first time if it wasn't for that. So, okay, still no new questions on YouTube or on Facebook. YouTube, Michelle, he was looking at the Texas state laws and the gold package, and also your Excel training. Both said temporary insurance licenses 90 days. But on the Texas insurance website, it says 180. So if the Texas insurance site is saying 180, go with that. Go directly with what they say. They may have just updated that, and we just haven't had the chance to get in and change that yet. So if they're saying it's 180 and that's directly from the Texas Insurance Department, go with 180. The thing is, I mean, there's 50 states plus DC, and the regulations can change between even line of authority. So, like, we have, 102 different study guides that, excuse me, that we keep up with. And if they change things, it does. Uh, we try to get that all updated as soon as we can, but with the way sometimes they make changes like that, where you said it says we said 90, and even Excel said 90, but now the Texas Insurance Department says 180. I will definitely look into that. Any other questions out there? Got a couple people still watching on Facebook, handful watching on YouTube. For those of you just joining in, my name is Steve. I'm one of the instructors here on Melissa's team. Forgive my sinus infection that just hit me today. Be happy to help you. Just post in the comments on what state you're studying in and which exam you're studying for, and I'd be happy to help you. So Michelle, the live is I'm going live now for the questions, and then the class tonight is I'm doing the flashcard study skills class tonight. We don't have a Kahoot tonight that's specific to one line of authority or not. I'm doing the flashcard class. So for those watching, I'm happy to help. No sense in being shy. Get your questions answered. Trying to use the mouse. for both. For those, I see the number on YouTube just jumped up pretty good. So for those of you that just jumped in, my name is Steve. I'm one of the instructors here on Melissa's team. Don't worry, you're still in the right place, even though I'm not Melissa. Just as happy to help you as she would be tonight. Let me know in the comments on what state you're studying in, which exam you're, studying for, and I'd be happy to help you. Please forgive my major sinus infection that hit me pretty hard right now. Now, something really cool that we like to offer, especially around the holidays, is on Facebook. I already have this pinned to the top of the comments. On YouTube, I'll post it right now. So, it's the time of year where people are asking you, hey, what do you want for the holidays? What do you want us to get you for Christmas? What with the link I just posted, you could say, hey, gift me the Insurance Exam Queen Gold package. So they would put their information in, their payment information, and then on top of that, they would put your name and email, and we email you invitation to the gold course because they paid for it for you, and send you like a virtual gift card for the gold package. So the link that I just posted is how to gift someone gold or have someone gift you gold. Budget. That's funny. I do need a Claritin. I'm about due for another cortisone. That's what I was taking earlier.
Recording in progress.
Let's get to this person. Let them know class starts at. Okay. So, Amanda, you're saying where would someone that wants to work in car insurance find help? We actually have a sister group that is the Insurance Sales Queen. It's not Melissa and our team. It's a whole nother team that Melissa partners with. She considers her sister group. But the Mary Harris is the Insurance Sales Queen. That is who you'll want to turn to for all those questions. Specifically on the differences and kind of companies you can work for, like what to ask recruiters when they're trying to recruit you into a job, so you can do your due diligence. But I mean, if you want to work in car insurance, decide if you want to work for a captive company and only sell one product, or do you want to work for a broker and to be able to shop all that out? I've worked for both. I've worked for Farmers and Allstate, where I only sold Farmers or only sold Allstate, and I've worked for a broker as well, where I had options of a whole slew of different companies. So that's something you need to consider. And if you want to be just salaried, or if you want a salary and lower commissions, or if you want to be commission only and have no salary but higher commission, there's all kinds of things to consider. And those are the kind of things that Mary Harris will really walk you through and talk to you about. But she's the insurance sales queen, not the insurance exam queen. No, we are not strictly life insurance. We do P&C as well, property and casualty, which is what home and auto is. But we get you to pass the test. So if you're looking to learn how to pass the test, great, we can do that. But if you already have your license, or you're working on your P&C and want to know where to go to sell the P&C stuff, that's when you'll want to go to Mary Harris at the insurance sales queen. But if you need to pass the test, we're your people. I mean, I can, or we have a gold package just like life and health for P&C. So we can get you to pass that test.
Recording stopped.
Close that out. So you need help passing the P&C. So great. I shared your first thing, start trusting yourself. You got this. I shared a link earlier for our gold versus platinum. Copy link address. Here it is again. Oh, that didn't work. Let me go close this out. Close. There we go. Working on getting you this link back. Bear with me 1 minute. I'm trying to pull up this link again. Got too many screens open. All right. Here it is. Gold versus platinum. So the link that I just shared, Amanda, is a link that will help you decide between which of our gold tiers to go with or platinum. So it's on how much support you want. If you want just the core videos of gold, go with the Gold Classic. If you want some extra quizzes and exams to work with and the study guide, go Gold Plus. If you want all of that with live classes and game nights, go with Gold Live. And if you want all of that with the ability to text Melissa and I at any time, that's when you'll want to go platinum. Joey, you just said you passed your PNC in Florida general lines with the Gold Plus. Yay! Great job, Joey. Awesome, man. That's awesome. So much love. That makes you feel so good. Happy for you. RS, you said you passed your exam in Florida, property and casualty adjuster. That's awesome. Cannot find a job. Passed in July. So, RS, go ahead and look up the insurance sales queen. Mary Harris will point you in the right direction on how to find a job with an insurance and who to look for. Awesome job, Joey. First try. That's fantastic. So, Amanda, if you need it all, go platinum. Platinum has all. I mean, that's where you get the most resource. That's our top package. So you get all the gold videos, all the extra resources, and you can text Melissa and I at any time in a texting study group. So, Noel, you said you recently took your test, missed it by 5 points. Hey, 5 points isn't that much. You got this. Okay? I know it hurts missing it by so few points, but at the same time, I mean, I've had people reach out that took their test and say they needed 30 points to pass. And we looked at their score sheet with them and kind of planned on where to go next. And they ended up scoring more than 30 points the next time. So 5 points, that's nothing. You got this. So you said you struggled with taxation questions. So I don't know, Noel, if you have our gold package or not. There's definitely a video on taxes within the gold package. But what you can do is even search on YouTube Insurance Exam Queen taxes, and there's a breakdown on that as well. Do you need to be tech savvy? Amanda asked. So, I mean, as long as you're good on the computer a little bit, a lot of these things, it's not going to be paper apps. They're computer apps. So you got to be able to work your way around a computer a little bit. Um, like, do you need to be able to write code and all that? No, you don't need to be super tech savvy. I mean, the lady that sat at the next desk next to me when I worked for a broker didn't know how to clear her cookies or her chat history or delete files from her downloaded folder inbox when she would download things. But yet she was able to navigate all the websites and sell any policy that she needed to sell. But as far as like deleting cookies or doing any other basic thing on the computer, she couldn't do. But she was able to work the websites enough to do the job. So you'll be fine. That's nice, Joey. Amanda, you said yes, you can work your way around it. Just answered my question. Yeah. So you'll be fine. You're 620 all lines, but working on getting the exam certification. Yeah, I would if you can, I would recommend at least Gold Plus, like Joey said. But then it's if you can, even better, go with Gold Live because then you're going to get the ability to jump in on any of the live classes or game nights that we have, and you can always ask questions in there. Uh, but then you still get the study guide, you still get all the gold videos, you get everything from the lower tiers, but with those live classes and game nights, and those are going to be invaluable. You're going to be so happy you spent the little bit extra to get those live classes and game nights than you would if you hadn't spent that and maybe missed out on a pass because you didn't have those extra resources because you weren't confident enough. The biggest thing is it's confidence. You need to study and you need to put in the hours and do as we say with the studying. Like, don't just quiz. So many brokers or so many agents out there that are old school agents will tell you when they hire you, hey, the best way to study is to just retake practice quizzes until you score 90 or better on those practice quizzes, and then you're good to go take the exam. Well, the problem is each time you retake that same quiz, you're just memorizing that quiz and you score better each time, thinking, hey, I'm actually learning this. You've memorized the quiz that you're taking, and you get a false sense of understanding content. Go and take the real quiz or the real test and find out real quick that you didn't learn the content, you just memorized a single quiz. So, yes, we offer quizzes and practice exams, but we want you to use those as a guide to then go back and study the areas that you're struggling in and haven't retained the content knowledge. But if you do the Gold Plus Live or Platinum, you get those live classes that you can join in on, like my flashcard class tonight and any of the weekly Kahoots we do. Like I said, Peter's teaching classes, again, Melissa's teaching classes. So you can join in and ask questions in real time on whatever topics that the class is being taught on. So, Amanda, you said you'll need that. Yeah, so you'll want at least Gold Plus Live or Platinum. So, Gold Plus Live is all the gold stuff with the live classes. And if you want to be added into the texting group where you can text Melissa and I, that's when you'll want Platinum. But both Platinum and the Gold Plus Live include the live classes. The biggest difference between the two is that, or the only difference really, is that Platinum has the texting group where you don't have to wait for a live class to be able to jump in and ask questions. Any other questions out there? Happy to help. Just the only silly questions are the one that you don't ask. So please ask away. You don't want to get to exam day and realize you should have asked your questions. Oh, allergies are hitting real hard right now. Major sinus attack. Yeah. Yeah, Joey. Hit real hard. Any questions out there? So there's, I mean, Amanda, different parts to the test as far as it depends on the state you're in. Sometimes they'll break up the property and casualty into uh, personal lines and casualty lines. Other times it's all mixed together. So it just depends on the state and how your state likes to break it down and test. But I mean, there are different sections within the test that they Washington State. So I would have to look it up um, on how they exactly do it. But even when they mix, if they make you take it separate, there are separate sections. But even within the bigger sections, they mix up the categories that they test on. You won't answer all homeowners questions, all auto, like it's intermixed. Uh, that depends on the state. I would have to pull up Washington in general to see. Let's see. So Washington does not require pre-licensing, so that's cool. You don't have to take a study course like Excel or one of the state approved pre-licensing. You don't have to study a set number of hours before you take your test. So that's nice. Let's see. PNC. Nope, that's life and health. PNC. Washington. So PNC is, if you take it together, it is 195 minutes for 150 questions for Washington. And the nice thing is, no matter what state you are in, any of the 50 states or DC, whether you're taking life and health or PNC, it doesn't matter. All the questions are multiple choice. So it'll have a question and then four possible answers, A, B, C, D. And that's your questions. There's no short answer, there's no essay, there's no market true or false. It's all 100% multiple choice with four answers. So it just depends. But I mean, you're gonna have really three parts intermixed. You'll have the personal lines, the casualty lines, and then your state laws. Sometimes they're very specific on the property lines and casualty lines. Other times it is mixed, but that's how they break it down. If you search Washington property and casualty insurance exam content outline, you'll see the exact breakdown of your state's exam. Washington property and casualty insurance exam content outline. Oh, hey, Gabriel, studying in Kentucky, nice. On Facebook, you said you would like So Melissa doesn't necessarily do one-on-ones. The best way to get contact with Melissa would be to join Platinum, the Platinum package. That way, you get all of the gold videos, all of the gold resources, and you also get a invitation to join the Platinum study group. That's where I'm in there, Melissa's in there. You'd be included with other students studying the PNC or life and health with you. And anytime you have a question, you can post that. Melissa and I see it in real time and answer it as soon as we can for you. We do have Insurance Exam Queen, a way to book a tutor. Like, but that's separate from any of our packages. Here's the way to request a tutor and say, like, request what you're looking for. And if that fits into your budget after they find out what you're looking for, you'd get a price on that. I'll post that into the comments here on Facebook for you. So looks like Marie, I can't see the text. Looks like Maureen Walker on Facebook said to the person on YouTube talking about Washington State for life and health, Washington State laws was huge, but not sure about the PNC. So they did Washington. They said Washington State law was huge for life and health. You'll have to look it up on the PNC. But like I said, find your state exam outline, and it breaks it down by the number of questions and percentage and all that each section is tested on. Whew. There we go. Any other questions out there? The only silly questions are the ones that you don't ask. So, Black Falcon, you said under general life and health, life accident health, the section you're having trouble with is the field underwriting procedures. So, you as the agent in life and health are considered a field underwriter. You're the one going out in the field, knocking on doors. You're going to be sitting at people's kitchen tables. Part of field underwriting is writing an agent report. So there's going to be a section of the application that says, what did you observe sitting at their dining room table? So, like, did anything seem odd to you? And if they say, I'm in perfect health and I don't smoke or drink, but when you're sitting at their table with them, they are very obese and chain smoking, but yet they're telling you that, to put on the application that they do not smoke. Or they might not be chain smoking in front of you, but all you see around the kitchen are full ashtrays. and the house just reeks of smoke, you could put in your agent report under that field underwriting section that you observed full ashtrays and the house reeked of smoke, even though they said they don't smoke cigarettes and they're in perfect health. And you could say, they were uh, very obese, even though they told you they're very healthy and fit. So part of that field underwriting is the insurance company relying on you to be their ears and eyes in the field. Also remember, and this is kind of general for not just life and health, but P&C as well. If you're doing an application with a applicant and you end up making an error on the application, an acceptable way to fix that error and correct it is to cross out the error, correct it, and then have the applicant initial the error. That is acceptable. But the best way to correct, sorry, the best way to correct the error is to just start over and start a brand new application without the error. Just refill everything back in and start fresh. That's the best way to correct an error. But it is acceptable to just cross the error out and correct it. But it's not the best way. So, Amanda, are you saying if you don't cash in, like if you're the beneficiary, are you saying? I don't quite understand your question. Are you saying if you were left as the beneficiary and didn't collect the check? So each state has their own laws on the unclaimed insurance. I mean, that's property that it's legally goes to whoever the beneficiary is, and each state has their own laws on what happens with that money if it's unclaimed. The general takeaway though is that even though it's different with each state, kind of like the general insurance exam answer they want is that it would go to the state. It's not lost forever. Like you could eventually be like, hey, I think there was a policy there, and try to get a hold of that money if you found out you were the beneficiary. Like if grandpa passed away and you were finally cleaning out his house and found that insurance policy that no one ever told you about sitting in the bureau drawer, uh, it's not money that's lost forever. It just goes to a different place. Like I said, every state has their own laws on how to handle that kind of thing. So, Amanda, you've been asking some really awesome questions today. Thanks for not being afraid to ask those questions. A lot of people have been asking really good questions. Amanda, I would love to see you in platinum. You're asking all kinds of questions. You would keep excuse me, keep the platinum chat nice and active, asking a lot of good questions and getting that getting that interaction going. Yeah, so Black Falcon, definitely look into our state specific study guide, and then what for Texas, and pair that with. So we have. I don't know which package you have. Do you have just the standard gold? Because if you have gold plus live, or platinum, that's when you uh, get the state exam study guide that's specific to Texas. Kai, I'm not crying, my friend. I just have a terrible sinus infection today. I'm not crying, I promise. I'm happy. uh, no, it's all right. I promise I'm not crying. I'm good. Thanks for checking on me, though. I really appreciate that. I know it don't sound like I'm not crying. uh, no, I promise I'm good. I really do appreciate you checking on me, though. That it means a lot. We need to all check on each other more. Don't get me started on that. Uh, Favorite video game of all time? I don't know. Uh, of all time? I mean, I think I gotta go Super Mario Brothers 1 of all time. But I don't know. That's that's a tough one. Crash. I was more a PlayStation Nintendo guy. I never cared much for Xbox. So I'd have to say Mario is a solid winner on that one. As far as PlayStation goes, maybe Crash Bandicoot or Twisted Metal 2. Twisted Metal 2 is the best of all the Twisted Metals. That's a good question, George. Now, on a side note, but still answering George's question, uh, I live just outside of Pittsburgh, PA, and we have a pinball museum here, and it's about 20 minutes from the Pittsburgh airport if you're ever in Pittsburgh. And there's 200 and so, just over 200 pinball machines and just over 200 like upright arcade machines there. And one of the machines they have is called Baby Pac-Man, and it's an upright arcade machine where you play Pac-Man but send your Pac-Man character with your joystick straight down off the screen, and that kicks a ball into a pinball machine. And then you use the pinball machine to actually earn your power pellets on the Pac-Man game. So how well you do in pinball scores more power pellets for when you go back up into the Pac-Man game. Like I said, that's called Baby Pac-Man. It's awesome. So, well, this is Baby Pac-Man. It's pinball meets Pac-Man, and that's it. They have a copy of it at Pinball PA, just outside of Pittsburgh. It's a really fun one. Marine, yeah, Mario Generation, 80s baby. All right. Well, before we jump off of here and get ready for the flashcard class tonight, you can join that flashcard class by joining Insurance Exam Queen Gold Plus Live or Platinum. And uh, I have the links posted into the comments on how to do that. Be happy to help you. I do teach the flashcard class every Wednesday night. Melissa's teaching classes again. Peter's teaching classes. So definitely do the Gold Plus Live or Platinum so you can take advantage of that. Look for future lives just like this one. If you want that constant support, consider joining Platinum so you get all the gold resources, the higher gold resources with the ability to text Melissa and myself at any time. For those of you that are testing this week, wish you all the extra loves and vibes and sprinkles on top to pass your exam. For those that did pass their exam and just jumped on to say hi, definitely we're so happy you got your pass. Amanda, yes, looking forward to seeing you in Platinum and being able to help you there. George, awesome video game question. Everyone else, thanks for the well wishes. I gonna go re up on my sinus meds before class. So have a great one, everybody.